What is a sacrament? Sacraments ordained of Christ be not only badges or tokens of Christian men's profession, but rather they be certain sure witnesses and effectual signs of grace, and God's good will towards us, by the which he doth work invisibly in us, and doth not only quicken, but also strengthen and confirm our faith in him. In other words, a sacrament is an outward sign of God's inward grace that's actually changing us. Which means, well, two different things. Let's start with the sign part. A sign tells us something. Simple enough. We see them all the time. They help show us things. Grace? Well, grace also has two different aspects. Where it comes from and what it does. Grace comes from God, and grace nourishes us and transforms us. To help us receive and recognize the grace that quickens, strengthens, and confirms our faith, God has given the church sacraments, not only as mere outward signs, but as a means of effective inward grace. Outward sign, inward grace. The invisible spiritual inward part nourishes our souls. With the grace of God, the sacraments touch our hearts and transform us. To ensure that we recognize and experience that grace, the sacraments have physical, outward parts. The taste of bread and wine in the Eucharistic celebration, the spoken words in the vows of marriage, or the absolutions in reconciliation, the smell and feel of oil for the anointing of the sick, the laying on of hands in ordination and confirmation, or the waters of baptism. These are the physical signs of spiritual grace. Why physical? Because matter, well, matters. The Word was made flesh, remember? Because we can't always see God's grace at work within us, the sacraments allow us to experience in very tangible ways what grace is accomplishing invisibly. Sacraments engage our senses to help us know we've received God's grace, that God really cares about us, and that he's at work within us. Learn more about the sacraments at theanglicanfoundation.org.